Big news for North Texas. Southlake, located in Tarrant County, has been crowned the richest city in the Lone Star State. It appears the Dallas-Fort Worth area as a whole is doing pretty well because 13 other DFW cities made it into the top 20 in all of Texas. The study considered various factors including poverty rate, median household income, and unemployment rate to determine these rankings.
It's easy to miss. In the shadow of this wealth and prosperity lives a very different reality. But it's right where Kids Matter International steps in, helping those who need it most, giving children new clothes, shoes, books, backpacks, and most importantly, hope for a better future.
I believe that clothes are clothes to some people, but to others, it can mean fitting in school. It can mean confidence. It can mean encouragement, to face the day. My name is Brandi Lamb. I have 3 children, Stephen, Justin, and Zachariah. Zach felt like he didn't really fit in. In Grapevine, people have more money, and him being in their houses was different than being in our home, and he wanted to be able to fit in and be a part of the groups that he was hanging out with and doing sports with. At one point in time, he had a friend that called him white trash, and that was something that affected him for a long time.
Even in the Southlake schools, you could have somebody that's super wealthy, but you could also have somebody that's dirt poor because of the way the schools feed in on the zoning.
It's hard being a single mom, providing for your kids because, you only have one income. I had to make decisions to put food on the table for sure. I'd have to have gas, to get to and from work or to and from school. All I wanted to do was provide for my kids, and I wanted to make sure that they had what they needed. My son knew a friend from school, and I knew the mother, and she approached me with a program called Kids Matter and how they help with assistance with clothes at their Around the Block program.
Every year in November, we will typically identify anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 kids whose families are living at or below the poverty level. We've even had a family making $11,000 a year. You just can't believe that they are living on that.
One of the richest counties in the world. Just to hear that there are so many families that are struggling, paycheck to paycheck, maybe sometimes not even paycheck is not there. It's so sad. It's really sad.
Most of these kids are used to getting hand-me-downs or they're getting clothes from secondhand stores. So being able to come in and shop for things that are seasonal, that they've picked out, it just makes a huge difference in their whole psyche. And by the time they get out and get their brand new shoes and their backpacks and their books, we're talking about $425. The merchandise that's brand new for that child.
You know how hard it is to wake a teenager up on a Saturday morning to be at Kohl's at 9 o'clock. It was not very difficult for him because he was excited to be able to pick out, some of the things that he wanted. I could see a different side of him, when he would dress in the clothes that he picked out.
It gives them the confidence to know, hey, you know what, I can make it to next year. I could make it through high school. I can go to college.
You're giving an opportunity to the kids to put all of that on the side and focus on what's important, which is their education, which is just being a kid.
Zach is the first one out of my 3 to graduate high school. I love my kids. And I want to be a good example. And I think I've done that to the best of my ability, transitioning careers and going back to school. I dropped out when I was 17, and I got my GED at 36 and went back to college at 41. And so, if I can do it, they can do it.
Results like this require much more than private donations. Corporate sponsorship is the fuel that ignites our funding into otherwise unreachable heights for us and for the kids we serve.
We couldn't do it without all of them. If you think about Kohl's, they started with us at this Around the Block program with 56 kiddos about 15 years ago. We've picked up a couple of other corporate partners like Twisted X Global Brands, and they will bring out all their employees, and they'll bring out 2,000 pairs of shoes so that each child can be fitted appropriately for a pair of shoes.
Despite the great progress we've made in helping kids in Tarrant County, the need still far surpasses our ability to meet all of it. And we invite you to join companies like Kohl's and Twisted X to forever change the future of your neighbors in need.
Charity starts at home. Our charity should be at home, at our community, and take care of our people first before we try to go outside.
The struggles are right here in your backyard. You really don't have to go anywhere else. You can make a real difference right here. And Kids Matter is doing that.